Welcome back, everybody. Before we get into the video, I'm going to talk about some changes that are going to be coming to this channel. Instead of horror theater, I'm going to be changing it to sinister stories, but I am open for suggestions. If y'all have any suggestions, you can leave them down below in the comments. And the reason for this change is that there is a channel called Scary Theater, which I recently found out about. And to avoid any confusion and to avoid any ideas that I'm trying to take his thunder and use his name to move myself, then I'm just going to avoid it altogether, and I'm going to be changing it. So it's Sinister Stories for now. If you have a better name, you can leave it down below, like I said before. And other than that, I hope you all enjoy the video. We have all heard stories of flying objects in the sky. UFOs are something that became more and more common as the years go by. We don't know exactly what they are, but we do know one thing. They're out there. While UFOs are creepy to think about, we're going to talk about something a little bit more sinister today. So sit back, relax, grab a coffee, and join me as we dive into the unknown. Flying humanoids is a topic that has been discussed for years. Whether it be alleged witches or the Mothman, people have been seeing flying creatures for years now. But that's just it. They see them. Starting in 1991, Mexico had a UFO epidemic on their hands. UFOs would appear very commonly, even midday sometimes. This caused many of the Mexican people to believe in these sightings, and they knew they were being visited by something. Now, these UFOs were never hostile in any way, so the people in Mexico enjoyed these sightings, and they celebrated them with the people around them. On July 16, 2004, however, this all changed. A young cop in the city of Guadalupe claimed that he was attacked by a UFO. This wasn't any UFO, however. It was a flying humanoid. A young police officer named Leonardo Samaniego was patrolling around the city around 3:15 in the morning. It seemed like a very normal night. There was nothing exciting going on when it came to crime, and his shift was flying by. This all changed, however, when Leonardo saw some movement in a nearby tree. He drove closer to it and stopped to see if he could find out what made the tree move so violently. At that moment, a black object fell from the tree, but instead of hitting the ground, it levitated right above it. Officer Leonardo looked at it in disbelief, and he turned on his high beams to get a better look. The object then slowly lowered to the ground, facing away from him. Leonardo was shocked. He didn't know what he was looking at. The creature then turned around at the officer and was angered by the shining of the high beams in his face. The creature attempted to cover its face, but he was still able to get a good look at it. Leonardo described the creature as a woman, dressed in all black, almost like a robe, and had dark skin and pitch black eyes that would not blink whatsoever. Leonardo was almost certain that this was a bruja, or a witch. Witches are a really big fear in Mexico, and many believe that powerful witches can take the forms of animals, other humans, and can even fly. The creature, in a fit of rage, jumped a great distance into the air and landed on the hood of the police car. Leonardo had to think fast, so he switched the car into reverse and sped off. The creature fell off the car, but he could see it flying towards him at a decent speed. While going full speed in reverse, Leonardo used his time to call for backup with his radio. Eventually, still going in reverse, Leonardo lost the creature, but crashed into a wall. This caused Leonardo to fall unconscious. About 10 to 15 minutes later, 2 patrol cars found Leonardo, still unconscious. Paramedics later arrived and said that he was in a full state of shock. His hands were shaking, he was sweating profoundly, and his heart was racing extremely fast. To find out that he wasn't intoxicated in any way, he had a drug test performed. He also had a psychiatric test to make sure that he was sane, and he passed everything. He didn't fail a single thing, and everything seemed to be clear. Even the paramedics said that even if he was lying, there was no way he would be able to manipulate his body to act that way, as if he was really shocked. To back up his story, there was even some eyewitness accounts that said that they saw a flying humanoid creature in the skies just a few days prior to the event. While many of these eyewitnesses lived in the city, a lot of them were actually fellow cops that worked with Leonardo on a daily basis. At the end of the day, whether you believe Leonardo or not, there is no denying that something is up in Mexico. All these sightings can't just be a coincidence. This has been Sinister Stories, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Be sure to hit that like button if you liked the video, and sub if you haven't already so you won't miss any of my future content. Or, like I mentioned earlier, if you have any good suggestions for the name of this channel, be sure to leave them in the comments below. That way I can take a look at them, and maybe even pick one if I really like it. Anyways guys, until next time, always keep your eyes on the sky, because you never know what might be lurking. Stay safe out there.